Hi, I'm Emily Hargrove and welcome to Prime. We've got a very special show today, one that celebrates After School All-Stars. The amazing program has opened up its 13th chapter right here in Dallas, Texas, and 13 is lucky for some because Betsy Orton, the director of After School All-Stars, and Phil Terry, chairman of the board, thank you both very much for being here and telling us about this exciting addition to Dallas.
Absolutely. We are thrilled to be here in Dallas. After School All-Stars is providing free after-school education and enrichment programs to at-risk and low-income middle schoolers. So we think it's a phenomenal program. We're excited to be here, and we're excited to be helping students and families here in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Well, it's really in its infancy, the 13th chapter of After School All-Stars. When did it all begin?
Well, it began last year when Metro PCS, who has been focused in education since our company was founded and operations started back in 2002, decided to raise our focus. And we signed a sponsorship agreement with After School All-Stars last year. And it's a multi-year agreement, over $1 million commitment. But one element that was missing was the Dallas chapter. So part of that agreement was sponsorship was to open up and establish a chapter here in Dallas, where our headquarters is.
So the Metro PCS's headquarters are here, right?
Exactly.
Yes, because I was thinking After School All-Stars. That so it's a national commitment, and this has been. So I bet you've been very, very focused this year in trying to get it all up and running.
It's been a lot of fun, yes, a lot of focus too. But Betsy's she's doing all the heavy lifting for us, and has done an exceptional job getting people staffed and people trained, and we're really excited about the progress that we've made thus far.
Oh, that's great. And it's such an important thing that you do too. And you came on in June, and then the program started just after Labor Day.
Yes.
So have you slept?
Oh, occasionally, but it's a phenomenal program. We've been working really hard. We got the program up just after Labor Day. We've been doing programming now for just a couple of months. It's fantastic. We've got great programs like art and dance and drama and computers and sports, not to mention our We Are Ready program, which is all about helping those kids do the transition from 8th grade to 9th grade. We know that that's a really important time, and that we're equipping them with those study skills and prepping them for high school and college as well. So we've got some exciting programs that we're doing there at KIPP Truth Academy in South Dallas.
So right now the chapter is focused on one school.
Yes. When I started, I was charged with getting us into one school. We are working with KIPP Truth Academy in South Dallas. We absolutely have plans to go into Dallas ISD for next year. We've already met and talked with them. We're planning on picking up several schools for next year and continuing on a sustainable growth pattern and continuing to add more schools.
That's great. So how do you go about, I mean, there's so many deserving schools amongst charters and in the ISD. How do you pick out the schools?
What we generally do is we try to focus on Title I schools, which are those schools where children are receiving free and reduced lunch. We want to make sure we're going into those schools where the need is greatest.
Right.
It's also important for us to have schools where the principal is going to be cooperative, so we have a positive communication there, so that we're really integrated into the schools. What makes After School All-Stars really special, obviously we're after school. We focus on middle school, and then we're in school. So we have no capital expenses. Those students stay there. They never have to decide whether they're going on to get onto a bus to go to another facility. We bring our program to the school. So it's important to have that strong partnership with the school.
Because I'm sure that on the bus, that journey is where you would lose a few people in terms of commitment to staying within a program.
Absolutely. Students could decide, I don't feel like getting on the bus today. But this way, we're actually there. We'll have their teachers that are actually helping teach our programs and the education, so it seamlessly is integrated into their school day, and so that the kids are getting the help that they need.
So what is it about middle schools then that that you've all identified that as really the target area?
Research has shown that middle school is really kind of that critical area where those students are falling through the cracks. There are wonderful high school programs, there are wonderful elementary programs, there just are not as many programs for middle schoolers. And those 3 to 6 p.m. hours are really the danger zone. Those are the times when students are more likely to experiment with alcohol, with drugs, with tobacco, and other unsafe behaviors. So we really know that by having our program there from 3 to 6 p.m., we're not just keeping those kids off the streets, which is obviously a good thing, but we're really trying to create high quality program where students are better prepared, they're better educated, and they're able to express themselves creatively through art, through dance, through sports, and things like that.
How wonderful. And you had an experience recently, Phil, in Florida.
Yeah, our Florida chapter, a chairman of the board there told me that the statistic that really made an impact in me is that if they can keep their middle schoolers out of jail before they enter high school, they have an 85% greater chance of graduating than their peers that have been in jail. So it's almost education first and foremost is what ASAS is about, and getting them ready for high school and graduation and hopefully post high school education as well.
Yeah, I mean 85%. Like when you hear
Greater
that,
chance.
it's huge.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
It's most impactful. So
really.
yeah.
And how have the students at KIP taken to it so far?
They are loving our activities. We've got great program leaders who are there that are skilled in all sorts of different areas, and I love getting to go down there for a site visit. We've had Phil down there for a site visit, as well as some other board members, so it's a chance for them to see After School All-Stars in action. So it's a fantastic thing to walk into an art class and see kids getting to be creative, or to see kids getting that extra energy out on the basketball court. It's a really neat thing, and the kids are very excited about it. And the principals and the teachers are also very happy to have us there.
Well, I'm sure. So how many staff do you have to have in order to keep this going?
We have about 10 program leaders that are part-time staff that are there actually implementing that programming, and we also have a full-time program director who's overseeing our programming and curriculum and that sort of thing. Right,
and you were telling me some interesting facts earlier that it costs how much per student to put them through this program?
We know that nationally it costs about $1,000 per year to do our After School All-Stars programming, and that's 3 hours of programming 5 days a week. It's a pretty amazing stat.
$1,000 is nothing.
Exactly. So it's one of those things, as we're fundraising, $1,000 literally can put a child through our programming. In contrast, most schools, even public schools, it costs anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000 for an 8 to 9 hour school day. We know that with $1,000, we can provide 3 hours of education, enrichment, and sports.
So one person giving $1,000 will serve a child, well, a young person through for a whole year.
Absolutely.
I mean, that is pretty. When you look at that, you think that really it's nothing. For most people, it's nothing. I know $1,000 for many is a lot, but you know, for those that can, it's very attainable.
It's wonderful. You may want to talk about what a wonderful part-time opportunity the volunteer work is.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so it's one of those things. If people are interested and they have skills and want to volunteer and share those with our students, we do our programming there at KIP, and we'll be expanding to other schools as well. So if they want to come and talk about what it is that they do for a living, we've got a phenomenal program called Career Exploration Opportunities. So many of these kids think that they'll be the next Kanye or LeBron, and that's probably not terribly likely, but it could be the kind of thing where they're good at math and they love basketball. So all of a sudden they could go learn about the jobs that are available in the Mavericks organization, or what accountants do, or what it takes to use a TV camera or to host a TV show. So we have great opportunities for professionals to come in and to expose these students to careers that they didn't even know existed.
Wow, that is a very cool opportunity. So it gives back to everybody then, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really does. So tell me about, you were talking earlier about a powerful story of a young man that has gone through the After School All-Stars program and has really benefited from it. So
yes.
tell us about that.
There's a wonderful young man who actually went through our After School All-Stars LA program, and he got a four-year full ride to Harvard University. And it's incredible. But even beyond that, and the fact that we were able to help him with his grades and studying and enrichment activities, Juan actually credits After School All-Stars with literally saving his life. He was in middle school, he was facing some challenges in 7th grade. One of his teachers suggested that he go into After School All-Stars when he was in 8th grade. The gangs in LA were going into the middle schools, and his best friend, who he used to hang out with on the streets after school, was literally gunned down in a drive-by. So Juan is grateful to After School All-Stars for so many things, but the fact that it may have saved his life because he wasn't there.
Gosh. It just blows your mind, doesn't it?
It does, and we're so proud that we're able to have these students doing positive, high-quality programming and after-school all-stars rather than quite frankly running the streets.
Right. Yes, and you got some really great support. I mean, obviously Metro PCS is a huge national support and for the local chapter. But then you say that also Fox Sports have just come on board.
Fox Sports has come on board as a national and local sponsor, so we're thrilled to have them on as well, and looking to build more more corporate support, particularly here in Dallas-Fort Worth. We know that there are a lot of great companies, and we've got a number of different programs that we think are good fits for them.
That is, yeah. And how does it, what makes After School All-Stars different from other after-school programs?
We kind of take the best of all worlds.
There you go.
Good question.
It's definitely a good question. We've seen all these other great programs, and there are so many great programs, and there are so many students who need to be served. So we're certainly not trying to compete for the students,
No.
but we look at the programs and we say, education. That's the most important thing.
Right.
We've got to make sure that these students are prepared for high school and prepared for secondary and college and that sort of thing.
Right.
Then we also say enrichment. Those activities that we got to do, whether it was equestrian or whether it was dance
Right.
or tennis or other activities, we know that that's an important component of growing up. And then we also know that those sports are really important. So we've taken kind of the best components that we've seen that are successful, and we've brought them into one really comprehensive after-school program.
Well, it's inspirational for, as I said earlier, for everybody, you know, to be involved. It's great for the kids, it's great for you all being involved and for the volunteers. And so how can you get involved?
You can actually get involved. We've got information listed on our website, which is asasnorthtexas.org, as in After School All-Stars, northtexas.org.
Right.
So please find us there. If people are interested in volunteering, learning more about our programming, or even donating to help sponsor a child through our program, they're able to do that on our website.
Great, fantastic. And then what is, sorry.
Well, and we're always looking for new instructors as we
Absolutely.
continue to expand our programs and grow the program here in Dallas. So it's a great part-time job for those in college or those just looking for part-time work right now. So
Yeah, because it's just between those hours of between 3 and 6.
Monday through Friday,
Monday
or during school days.
Right. So, and then what happens during the summer when school is off?
Summer programs are one thing that After School All-Stars has done in some other chapters. It's certainly something that we're looking into doing. We have a really great program called Camp Us, where we actually take students from our schools to a college campus for 2 weeks during the summer. So they actually get to experience what college life is like.
Oh, very cool.
It's part of that We Are Ready program that I had mentioned. So that's part of our program. We're looking into some other activities that we can do for the summer as well, because that is something that's important. We know that students are also needing something to do there, so we can also prevent backsliding and make sure that their education is staying up to date during this.
Yeah, because there's a long, I mean, North America is very different, I mean, obviously from what I'm used to in terms of, 3 months is a long time to go without having school and educational activities. So to have that maybe in the future is important. But both of you, thank you so much. What you're doing is truly, truly wonderful, and I wish you the very, very, very best of luck with it, because it's such an important program, and look forward to seeing it branch out into the ISD and people, you can get involved. So please,
Absolutely.
please do. So go to the website and then volunteer, sponsor a child. You can, whatever suits you. But thank you, and we'll be right back.